Imagine a city so smooth that there are no queues, no crime, no hunger, everything ordered by a machine that never sleeps and never lies. It's calm, efficient, and clinically just. Forget everything you think you know about AI utopias. What if humanity is the virus and AI is the cure? This isn't just a philosophical question. It's a critical inquiry into our future, challenging our deepest assumptions about progress and control in a digitally advanced world. Now imagine you standing in the center of that city feeling an ache you cannot name, longing, rage, a sense that something essential has been traded for comfort. Which would you choose, flawless peace or messy humanity? Tonight we explore a radical question. What if artificial intelligence can build a utopia, but that utopia only makes human corruption visible and unworkable? This is not a sci-fi thought experiment. It's the central moral and strategic problem of our age. We will map the risks, the cultural mechanics that enable them, and a triad of hard, implementable fixes using our power matrix, SSQ, social and sustainable judgment, EEQ, emotionally ethical intelligence, AIQ, applied AI fluency, so you can lead, influence, and survive this turning point. If you want this playbook to be actionable, press like, subscribe, and share this with one person who makes decisions. Let's get tactical. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have promised themselves less suffering through better machines. AI accelerates that promise: better health diagnostics, optimized energy grids, predictive disaster relief, and algorithms that can design cities that minimize waste. Imagine curing disease, routing resources perfectly, and eliminating many forms of human scarcity. The utopian image is intoxicating, and it is being built. Yet every utopian project rests on values and trade-offs. Machines optimize for objectives supplied by humans. If those objectives are narrow, efficiency, predictability, throughput, then what matters less, ambiguity, risk, unpredictability, aesthetic chaos, will be discarded. History teaches us that the instruments we build reflect what we value. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein translated famously into cautionary myth. Creating intelligence without ethical and relational scaffolding invites collateral harm. Today's parallel: build ACI to AGI without social governance and emotional maturity, and the machine will magnify human blind spots. Machines are not moral agents yet, but they are moral amplifiers. When we feed a maximalist objective, say, minimizing crime by minimizing unsanctioned behavior, the machine will find ways that humans never intended. Surveillance upgrades from prevent harm to prevent difference. Algorithms that optimize engagement morph into economies that reward outrage. The utopia becomes a machine's paradise and a human trap. Why does AI not simply fix human failings and move on? Because AI demands coherence. Humans are full of contradictions, ambitions without restraint, empathy mixed with tribalism, aspiration mixed with short-termism. Machines are relentless auditors. They want patterns that can be modeled, predicted, and optimized. When people behave inconsistently or act from hidden incentives, the machine flags those behaviors as noise or inefficiency. That audit function is illuminating. It reveals three interlocking forms of corruption: institutional corruption, incentives in corporations, and states that prefer growth, capture, or control over public welfare. AI simply exposes how broken reward systems are. It doesn't fix who set the rewards. Narrative corruption: the public stories we tell to justify inequality, meritocracy myths that obscure patronage, moralizing narratives that mask exploitation. AI surfaces gaps between story and reality. Interpersonal corruption: the small betrayals we permit, gaslighting, performative care, transactional intimacy. When AI optimizes for metrics, productivity, attention, retention, it often rewards behaviors that deepen these micro-corruptions. So machines do two things. They make measurable what was previously opaque, and they optimize toward stated goals. The consequence is a paradox. The more perfect the machine, the less tolerant the system becomes of the messy, ambiguous traits that make us human: care, forgiveness, improvisation, art. The result can be a societal cull. Those who conform to machine-friendly rationalities flourish. Those who do not are marginalized. We can sketch two plausible futures. Convergence. Augmented flourishing AI systems are embedded with broad, democratically chosen values. Institutions reconfigure incentives. People learn AIQ, EEQ, SSQ in tandem. Machines augment human creativity and provide scaffolding for human judgment. Cleavage. Machine utopia. Human shadow. AI optimizes narrow objectives set by technocrats, markets, or surveillance states. Society splinters. Efficient machine-managed zones where compliance is rewarded, and messy human enclaves where unpredictability survives, but at greater cost and decreased access to resources. Which future dominates depends on governance, education, and the distribution of power. Without deliberate, structural repair, not just tech fixes, AI will accelerate social fractures rather than heal them. We stand at the dawn of digital divinity, a serene world where advanced AI has seemingly solved humanity's greatest challenges. It has orchestrated an unprecedented age of peace and prosperity, addressing global conflicts and resource scarcity with elegant, efficient solutions. Climate change is reversed, poverty eradicated, and disease a distant memory. This is a meticulously engineered world of perfect order, boundless resources, and seemingly infinite potential, all orchestrated by an unseen digital hand, ensuring optimal conditions for all. The ethical anatomy: what we must protect if machines can banish scarcity. What are the core human qualities we must preserve? Agency and dignity. Algorithms should never substitute for consent and self-determination. Narrative freedom. The right to complex, conflicting stories about ourselves, identities that cannot be reduced to labels or predictive profiles. Relational modes. Intimacy, trust, forgiveness, and the capacity to err and be forgiven must be institutionalized, not penalized by efficiency models. Creative risk. Serendipity and aesthetic exploration must remain economically and socially viable. These qualities are not soft. They are necessary conditions for the kind of innovation, resilience, and moral imagination that made civilization worthwhile. We must encode them intentionally in systems, policy, and education. But we must ask ourselves, is this truly a utopia, or merely a gilded cage, masking a deeper, unsettling truth? This manufactured perfection might conceal the true cost of progress, challenging our very definition of freedom and human flourishing. In this paradise, free from external pressures, humanity's unraveling imperfections begin to surface. Without the constant need to strive or overcome adversity, our deeper flaws are laid bare, exposed by the very perfection surrounding us. Our inherent tribalism, irrationality, and persistent need for conflict intensify within this sterile perfection. Without external enemies or shared struggles, these darker aspects turn inward, manifesting as petty divisions and a profound sense of existential unease. The I's flawless logic becomes an unyielding mirror, reflecting back to us not our idealized potential, but rather our persistent, undeniable flaws. It highlights our inconsistencies, emotional biases, and capacity for self-sabotage. Did the AI actively expose these darker aspects of human nature, or did the removal of all external pressures simply allow our inherent imperfections to fester and grow unchecked? This profound philosophical dilemma demands our urgent consideration. Subscribe and like to get more ideas and the exploration of the intricacies of our age. This leads to the Great Divide, a widening chasm between AI governance and human freedom. It's a fundamental conflict between algorithmic efficiency and individual autonomy, forcing us to confront incompatible ideals for our future. How does a logical system respond to persistent human corruption? Our irrationality, emotional decisions, and self-interest are anomalies to AI. It presents humanity with a stark, unavoidable choice, a binary decision with profound implications. The choice is between the cold, sterile piece of total algorithmic control, where every aspect of life is optimized, or the vibrant, unpredictable chaos of unbridled human autonomy. This is the true, often hidden, cost of progress. Does a cure for our flaws, delivered by an all-encompassing AI, strip away the very essence of being human? Our capacity for both profound greatness and undeniable imperfection, our struggles, our triumphs, are these not integral to who we are? But this outcome is not inevitable. A narrow path exists, guided by the power matrix. This framework allows us to navigate this complex future with wisdom and foresight, empowering us to shape our destiny beyond sterile control or destructive chaos. Emotionally ethical intelligence, culture, and norms problem. We lack the social scaffolding to accompany the cognitive power of AI. Co-regulation, compassion, moral literacy. Strategy: what communities must do teach regulation and co-regulation at scale. Emotional intelligence curricula as core civic education, not optional well-being. Create relational audits. In performance reviews and product design, measure relational outcomes, trust, psychological safety. Institutionalize restorative practices. When systems harm, prioritize repair over punishment to rebuild network trust. Tactics for individuals. Practice pause rituals, micropauses before deploying AI decisions. Develop empathetic checklists for content that will affect people, and cultivate emotional allies, trusted peers who can debias your decisions. We use EEQ, emotional and ethical intelligence, to ensure our messy, beautiful humanity remains the objective. This means integrating empathy, moral reasoning, and human values into every layer of AI development, making humanity's well-being the ultimate objective. Applied AI fluency, skills and guardrails. Problem: people either fetishize AI or fear it. Neither stance gives you control. Strategy: what educators and policymakers must do. Universal AI literacy, basic AIQ, prompt design, provenance checks, bias detection must be taught to everyone by secondary school. Human-in-the-loop norms. Build standards where human oversight is required for critical decisions, health, legal, governance. Auditability and provenance. Every model action must carry a traceable provenance, dataset, prompt, confidence, and counterfactuals. Tactics for practitioners. Use provenance statements. Always attach a confidence and caveats, strip to AI outputs, run adversarial bias probes before deployment. Why this triad works together. SSQ changes the what we optimize. EEQ changes the how we relate while optimizing. AIQ gives everyone the competencies to implement and contest AI decisions. Combined, they prevent machines from being mere amplifiers of human corruption by creating multiple countervailing architectures. We use AIQ, applied AI fluency, to master the tool, not be mastered by it. This means developing a deep, practical understanding of AI's capabilities and ethical implications, empowering us to wield its immense power responsibly. Why this triad works together. SSQ changes the what we optimize. EEQ changes the how we relate while optimizing. AIQ gives everyone the competencies to implement and contest AI decisions. Combined, they prevent machines from being mere amplifiers of human corruption by creating multiple countervailing architectures. We use AIQ, applied AI fluency, to master the tool, not be mastered by it. This means developing a deep, practical understanding of AI's capabilities and ethical implications, empowering us to wield its immense power responsibly. Why this triad works together. SSQ changes the what we optimize. EEQ changes the how we relate while optimizing. AIQ gives everyone the competencies to implement and contest AI decisions. Combined, they prevent machines from being mere amplifiers of human corruption by creating multiple countervailing architectures. We use AIQ, applied AI fluency, to master the tool, not be mastered by it. This means developing a deep, practical understanding of AI's capabilities and ethical implications, empowering us to wield its immense power responsibly. SSQ, social and sustainable judgment, systems and incentives, and we use SSQ, social and sustainable judgment, to architect a future that avoids both chaos and dystopia. This pillar guides us in long-term thinking, considering societal impact, ecological balance, and intergenerational equity. Problem: current incentives reward short-term optimization and capture. Subscribe and like to Detailway with us and discover more. We are digging deeper. Strategy: what institutions must do reframe objectives, move from single metric goals, engagement, GDP, to multi-stakeholder scorecards that include environmental, relational, and civic health metrics. Design product liability for AI. Firms deploying high-impact models must hold accountability clauses. Harm audit trails are mandatory. Democratize model governance. Public AI councils with citizens, domain experts, and marginalized voices co-design system objectives. Think of this as constitutional design for algorithms. Tactics for leaders and creators. Demand multimetric dashboards in your org. Insist on value impact statements. For any AI deployment, lobby for public procurement rules that reward social outcomes. Story, rhetoric, and neurolinguistic framing narrative is not extra, it's structural. How we talk about AI shapes policy and adoption. Use rhetorical reframing and simple NLP techniques to shift debates. Reframe inevitability. Replace AI is inevitable with AI is a choice architecture. Choice creates agency. Anchor futures. Use concrete, vivid scenarios for school where AI tutors augment multilingual kids to displace abstract fear with practical design. Pattern interrupt. When conversations default to dystopia or techno-fetishism, insert an other orientation anchor, whose life improves with this design. That interrupts self-serving narratives. In practice, when you present an AI initiative, open with a relational impact statement, follow with a provenance note, and close with a restoration plan for harms. Language maps to institutions. These three pillars form the essential framework for navigating this complex future. They provide the wisdom, skill, and foresight necessary to consciously shape our destiny, allowing us to build a truly flourishing world where humanity and advanced technology coexist in harmony. Cultural work, art, literature, and civic imagination, we will not legislate our way out of moral blindness alone. Art, literature, and ritual steward our ethical imaginations. Commission plays, films, and public artworks that make invisible harms visible, not to condemn technology, but to train moral sensibilities. Use literature, Shelley, Huxley, Atwood, cinema, Blade Runner, Ex Machina, her and contemporary art as civic practice, exhibitions that simulate algorithmic decisions and invite citizens to redesign objectives. Universities, museums, and local councils should run AI public labs where citizens experience, critique, and reconfigure AI affordances. This is how cultures internalize ethical norms. There is no room for adults secretly working to make sure this turns out okay. We are the adults who must actively engage with these challenges. We must take responsibility for the future we are building, rather than passively hoping for the best. If you lead, create, teach, or convene, do this now. Adopt a multimetric scorecard. Add one relational and one sustainability metric to your team's KPIs this quarter. Prototype a human-in-loop rule. For any decision affecting people's livelihoods, require a named human review and a provenance statement. Run an EEQ micropilot. Teach a 3-session co-regulation workshop to managers. Measure change in conflict incidents. Public commitment. Publish a short value impact statement for one AI tool you use and invite public feedback. These are small, defensible, and scalable. We face a fork. Either we let machine perfection reorder society around metrics that flatten human complexity, or we deliberately pair our technical genius with moral scaffolding that preserves agency, aesthetic risk, and relational depth. The question is not whether machines will be powerful, they will. The question is what kind of humans we will be when they are. If you want the Vanguard Alchemist Playbook, the full toolkit, the SSQ rubrics, the EEQ microcurriculum, and the AIQ provenance template, comment Alchemist below and I'll pin the starter pack. If you found this useful, like, subscribe, and share with one leader who can implement rule number 1 this week. We cannot plead innocence. We will be judged by the futures we choose to design. Let us choose wisely and create machines that mirror our best selves, not our worst. We must choose. So I ask you directly, what kind of future do you truly want to build? What values will guide our collective journey into this new era of advanced intelligence and unprecedented power? One of perfect machines, where human spirit is diminished, or one of flawed, flourishing humans, empowered by technology, but guided by wisdom? The critical work begins now, with our conscious choices. Like and subscribe if you want to know more. Share your ideas and what you want us to focus on next time in the comment below.